Okay, who the hell's snoring? Why can I hear snoring here? What's going on? Is it one of these guys? Was there always snoring in here and I just never noticed before? Anything's possible, really. Oh well, we're back with more Hollow Knight. I'm determined to get this game finished at some point. Preferably fairly soon. I'd like to see an end. I'm pretty certain one is in sight at least. But first we have to do this. And considering this was really hard, I'm expecting this to be really harder. Oh well. What have we got to lose, eh? Just my time, and that's pretty much worth nothing. Dot dot dot. You know, back when we started recording these videos, there were really big loading times between different screens like that, but then it stopped. I guess that's back now. I've missed it. Okay, well this isn't too bad. I mean, admittedly this is only wave 1 of probably about 30, but I've lost whatever knack I had, obviously. Oh no. Excuse me a moment, I'm just going to be over here healing a bit. I'm always hesitant to kill things because it just means more stuff's going to spawn. And look what that more stuff is. My fucking nemesis. Right, okay. I'm going to kill this guy for a little while. Let him slowly meander towards me for a bit. There we go, back to full health. Cool. I have of course upgraded my nails since the last trial, which is cool. Oh. Should give me maybe not an edge. I don't think I've ever got the edge. Maybe the Christian or the Gangrel. Well, that was a fucking stupid joke, wasn't it? But I enjoyed it. That one's just for me. I miss pro wrestling. Like the classic 90s style. When it was still WWF, you know. These days it's all just like boring people in little shorts. I liked it when everyone had stupid personalities. That was when wrestling was fun. When you had people like Gangrel. I'm a vampire, honestly. Sure you are, buddy. Just like you're a professional athlete. Tell you what though, I do have a lot of respect for some of those guys, like Mick Foley. Jesus Christ, that guy just literally destroyed his body for other people's entertainment. Mad props to him. I mean, he's fucking insane, but mad props to him. Oh. Okay. Wow, this is really something. Are the bats done? Can I go back to... Oh, apparently the big guys died. I mean, that's fine. These are just those planty fellows. I fought some of these, but they didn't look like this. They were like bouncing bushes or something before, but this time they're spiky balls. I mean, I appreciate the edgy new look, you know. We all want to look cool, so maybe these guys have just hit puberty and, you know, trying to impress their friends. I love any enemy that have more trouble hitting you than you have dodging them. Not quite sure where I was going with that statement. I like enemies that just miss a lot, is what I'm trying to say. Like the shit version, the little flea men. Not the big ones, those are fucking horrible, but the little flea men are great. Just bounce around and pray. These also, but these have some degree of aiming, I guess. If you move at all while they're bouncing, then chances are they'll miss, but yeah, they can just get above you and drop like that though. I've got to say, so far, this isn't too bad. I mean, you know, the upgraded nails probably helping an awful lot. I know I have nearly died a couple of times, but that was mostly due to my own stupidity, to be honest. Oh, okay. I think I'm about to eat those words. Oh, do I two-shot these now? I didn't notice that before. Do I two-shot these as well? Yeah, I do. Not that that's helping a great deal right now. Okay. I should be safe to heal a little here now. I'm loving my current charm setup, just the sheer amount of soul I get for doing absolutely nothing. I like anything that rewards me for little effort. Okay. Are they gone? I wasn't sure if I actually had to kill those for a second there. Because I didn't think that was a thing you could actually do. It confused me a bit when they showed up. But I guess they were just a temporary distraction. Do you mind? I was trying to heal. This fucker first. There we go. Oh, hello. Throwing a bit of everything at me today, aren't they? This is fine. Not had any of the bullshit like the big flea in tight confines or just an ass load of those shooty bugs or anything. Actually, so far, although as I say, I don't know how many levels there are of this, but so far what we fought in this trial has been a lot easier than the previous one, I would say, personally. Might just be me. Oh, listen to the crowd roar. They love me. Oh, what? Oh no, these aren't the boss, are they? These are the... Yeah, these are the... I kind of forgot these were enemies. Okay, a couple of these. This is... Yeah, this is all good. What else? Oh! This mini-boss. With friends. Oh, shit. Oh no, it's him doing it. Okay. Didn't know that mini-boss could shoot things. I thought he was a melee friend only, but... I'm not sure whether it's because I'm forgetting what he could do, or if this is a harder version. And if they wanted to make it a harder version, you'd think just spawning fucking little enemies all the time would be enough. Spikes! Oh, this is new. Oh, it's that one boss. The big brain. Umu or something? Umaru, maybe? Whatever. It's done with now. Shit, I might well die here though. Never was very good at dealing with these. They don't give you a lot of alone time. Stop. Shoot. Well. Well, okay then. Yeah, I don't like those things. I guess you just gotta be super aggressive against them and just... That's what I did against the first two, and they went down quite easily, but if you try and heal, they're just gonna hit you. You just basically can't heal when one's on the screen unless you can definitely put some serious blockades between you and them. And half the time if you go to swing at them, they'll just teleport away and then shoot something at you anyway. Not fun. I wonder if I'm going to fight the king at some point. I know what the boss of this area's called because I looked up a map and it said there was a guy called the God Tamer, I think. I wanted to say God Eater for a second there, but that's something else entirely, isn't it? Yeah, the God Tamer. In the arena, which is what I'm here for, because I just don't like leaving bosses undone. Don't know what the reward is for beating him, but hopefully it'll be something quite nice. I got a pale ore for the last trial, so I don't know, maybe a heart piece or something, maybe a charm. Better not just be fucking Geo. I'll even get my dick pushed inwards by these guys. I don't want an innie penis. There we go. Whatever, dudes, I'm just going to stand here and mash. Bye. Swing and a miss. No? Oh, I got it. I'm impressed. The spike's there now. Why did spikes appear? They spawned enemies on the floor and then instantly spawned spikes on them. I didn't remember that happening before. I mean, it must have done. Can't imagine why it would be any different this time, but... Right. That had a lot more remaining health than I thought it did. Yep. Oh yeah, this. It's kind of satisfying, really. Oh, now we have this to play with. This bit's just arduous, to be honest. They got too much health, they're too hard to hit. They're not particularly threatening. It's just a lot of bouncy spike things. Is it like chestnut shells they're modelled after? Is that what I'm thinking of? Is it chestnut acorns, possibly? Something. Have the spiky shells. Maybe there is some sort of bug that's like this, I don't know. Everything in this game is either a bug or a plant though, right? So it's gotta be one of the two. This seems to work, I'll just wait for them to come to me. Come on. Yeah, I have one of those. Bit of a waste, wasn't it? That's it. I remember there being more of these. Got another wave of them yet? No, we're on to this now. This enjoyable experience. That's my sensor-friendly version of what I'm calling this. I think I've been swearing too much lately, so I'm turning this into a more positive experience. For example, these guys I'm going to describe as happy fun balls. Emphasis on balls. Whatever. Always gonna get hit somehow. It's what I do best. Ain't no one gets hit like me. He's doing a little dance up on the platform. Look at it, look at his little legs go. Shame to kill him, really. Okay, what was next? Just more, yeah. More what I call straight fights. I'm perfectly fine with shit like this. I mean, this one has a gay bug. Sorry, a happy fun ball. So I'm less than ecstatic about that, but it could be worse, all things considered. I love how I just ignore this guy. The ones with shields just... they're not even hard. And they're very slow moving, so it's just like... just leave them for last, you know? Deal with them when all the real threats are gone. Oh, I keep forgetting. It's always weird when those jump, because quite often they'll just sit there and let you pogo on their head. So it's like, if they can jump, why do they not do it more often, you know? See? Okay, it was... yeah, this is where the shit starts getting real. So I suppose this isn't too bad because there's no spikes on the floor, so I can get to them quickly. But that one a little bit later, you know, the one who killed me. I mean, who else would I mean, really? That went well. So did that. This is where I got to last time. How did I not hit him at all then? Can you believe this shit? Just fucking die. Love of... oh yeah, let's fight both of them at once. That sounds really fun. Thank God I got rid of... No. The electric ones aren't even the difficult ones. I was just completely on the back foot after dealing with the other one. I wouldn't mind, but it just takes so fucking long to get back to that point. And I'm pretty confident I'm going to have to fight the boss at the end of it all without like a checkpoint or anything. Like if I die to the boss, I'll have to do the entire thing again. And that worries me, because there's only so many hours in a day, I'm not sure I can dedicate all of them to trying to beat this fucking trial. We'll see though, I suppose. We'll see. Right. Cleaning up very nicely. You know, at some point I got really bad at fighting these little flying fuckers. Sorry, I meant happy friends. Friendship is magic after all. I don't like it. One of these times, and it could very easily be this time, I'm gonna die to this fight here. Because it's far more dangerous than it has any right to be. Despite these guys being completely inept at hitting me. Just having to actually fight a single enemy at the same time as them. And the spikes adding into the equation as well. Just means I end up diving into their bullets half the time. I mean, that bit's all well and good. Oh yes. Excuse me, I'll just be up here. I love it so much. It's about 20 minutes from now, after I've dealt with all these little floaty people. Once I've dealt with all these, I'll finally be back to the horrible bit that's going to kill me again. And so it goes on. The cycle never ends. Oh wait, no, there's the big pillar in the middle first, isn't there? I haven't done that yet. That bit's not fun either. I'm surprised I haven't died to that yet. I've actually done pretty well so far on both of the previous attempts at this. I would say, anyway. Yeah, you might have a different opinion. You might be thinking to yourself, Joe, how can you possibly say you're doing well when you're clearly the shittest person at this game in the world? But, you know, we all have our own standards. I consider myself to be doing well if I haven't died in a good 45 seconds. Yep. Yep. Well, I said I'd die on that sooner or later. I guess it may as well be now. Get it over with. Because, I mean, if you die on something once, you're never going to die on it again, right? That's the way it works. One would figure. I mean, life can't be that cruel to repeatedly beat you down like that, can it? Life maybe, but Hollow Knight certainly can be. It's a mean game made by mean bullies. Exist just to make life hard for poor little fellows like me. We're stupid enough to buy the game. Don't know what I was doing there. I mean, it's not that big a deal this early on, but it was still pretty dumb. Say it's not that big a deal this early on, but I'm already fighting one of my arch nemeses. Nemesis? Nemesis is probably the word, isn't it? Plural nemesis. Well, I'm not sure by the very nature of the word nemesis that you can have multiple ones. I don't really know. I'm not that hot shit on definitions, to be honest. And that went really well for a second there. I mean, it was pure fluke, but for a while there I was just like destroying them all without taking any damage or anything, and it was really cool. I looked like I knew what I was doing. I need to get out of the spikes. Kind of hoping, video game, that you'd let me get some heals off before you spawned all these enemies on me, but I guess that would be too much to ask. Right. Well, if you don't mind. It just flew into the fucking... Just like, oh fuck this, I can't win. May as well just throw myself into the spikes now. To be honest, I feel that way quite often, so I can sympathise. Oh yeah. I always forget that this is the bat business. Yeah, the old bat business. The bat biz, we call it. Don't ask who we are. I just like to pretend I'm part of something. I persistently go underneath these guys and try and hit them upwards, knowing full well that they don't get knocked back. Do it every time. Or sometimes I apparently just jump into them repeatedly. Because apparently I think that's really fun. And apparently I say the word apparently entirely too often. Apparently. It's a fun word though, isn't it? There we go. I'm not sure what the point of this wave is. It's like you fight 3 of them, then you fight like an assload of them with platforms, and it's like a bit more annoying. And then you just fight another 3 of them? It's hardly ramping the difficulty, is it? Raising the stakes. Right, okay. Now for this happy fun time. I turned around at the last minute there. I was meant to be swinging at the one that was coming towards me, and instead I just spun on my heel. I just learnt to pirouette. I mean, I've killed some of them. I guess it could be going worse. This one's probably going to get me though. Come closer. Thank you. I realised that technically I could have just jumped over and hit it, or shot something at it, or, you know, one of those other things I'm capable of doing, but Me and capable aren't really words that go hand in hand very often. Right, okay. Now the real bullshit begins. Oh no, not just yet. Well, I've got a couple waves of relatively painless stuff first. The mantis traitors can be a bit annoying when they catch you off guard, but nothing an experienced Hollow Knight player like myself can't deal with. Ishk. Oh, it's got a bit of slow down there. That threw me. Shit, I need to heal and fast because shit is about to get fucking horrible. Fucking kill one. Ugh. This game's not going to break me. I tend to give up too easily when I play video games. I've noticed that about myself. I'll give something a few attempts and I'll be like, it's too hard and I'm shit and I'm going to go cry to myself. Not this time. Not this time. This time I'm going to man up. No matter how many attempts it takes, I'm beating this shit. I am. You have my word on that. For whatever that's worth. Right. In retrospect, maybe I shouldn't burn through so much soul. Just fucking about on these early waves. I don't know. I mean, I get it back pretty fast, but there have been times where I've run out. I don't know. This really can't be fucked actually trying to fight stuff like this though. It's just easier just to sit in a corner and mash attack. I'm only going to lose a few hearts and then I'll just heal them off and it'll be fine. Fucking little scumbag. That wasn't meant to happen. I thought I was on top of it. Turns out I wasn't. There we go. If I wait long enough, this guy will probably just kill himself because these guys are known to do that. So maybe I don't have time for that sort of shit. Yep. This time I've taken damage from one of these for a while. Once again, forgot the bats. Should know by now I can't stop here. It's back country, that's what I was getting at. Don't know how clear that was. I don't know what I'm doing. I just really don't know how to fight these, truth be told. Like, they're not going to kill me, but I've not really got a plan that I can, you know, lets me deal with them quickly and painlessly, you know. It's always just going to be a case of get hit a lot and just grind them down. To be fair, that's my plan for most enemies in games like this and Dark Souls or whatever. I do trade blows far too often. Oh boy, my favourite. I'd be unfair to call this my favourite when there's business with those, the bit I keep dying to, the soul casters or whatever they're called. I'm just going to die to this today though. There's no way I'm surviving this now. Look how fucked I am. Look how utterly fucked I am. See, look at that. Ooh, that was fun. It was my favourite. You ever seen that, I think it was one of the more recent Futurama episodes, Leela gets like a chip implanted that administers an electric shock every time she gets frustrated or angry about something. And then after a little while, she like acclimatizes to it, and it starts like basically giving her an orgasm every time this chip goes off, because she's like associating the good feeling of getting to vent her anger with the electric shock, and it messes with the receptors or whatever. It's a bit weird, but yeah, that's kind of the point I'm getting to now. I'm just laughing at my own failure instead of getting too annoyed by it, which I suppose is a good thing, but also might mean I never get anywhere ever. I don't care enough, that's my problem. I don't care what anyone says. I think the later Futurama episodes were decent. They were decent. There were some fucking awful ones. I mean, there's that bloody episode where it just did a big like parody of Apple and the iPhone market and everything, and it was just like, you realise this is set in the world in the year 3000, right? I mean, that shit's not even that relevant now. Apple are sort of starting to fall behind in the phone market. They're not as omnipotent and omnipresent as they once were. So by the year 3000, yeah, not so much. Ah, these. I like those obnoxious little roly bastards, but they, instead of like actually being aggressive, they just sort of bounce around in their own special way. But no, as I say, back to Futurama, because I may as well keep following that train of thought. I genuinely like the new episodes. I actually think the episode they choose to end on, the one with Fry and Leela like getting stuck in a frozen time thing, and like living out their lives together without anyone else, was a much sweeter, much nicer ending than the original ending. Even the one with the holophoner that they originally ended on. I actually prefer the new one. And there were definitely some duds in the original series as well, like the fucking superhero episode. I think that one's absolute garbage. And that one where Bender has a sex change as well was never amazing. mean, on the same note, I think modern day Simpsons is still fairly good as well. Honestly, I think it's doing better than Family Guy these days. I really do. Hot opinions, I'm sure. It's pretty commonplace to hate on Family Guy now, I know, but yeah, I think Simpsons definitely went through a dry spell. But I've watched some of the latest season, and I thought it was all right. You know, family friendly comedy. It's not trying too hard to be edgy like Family Guy is. It just is what it is, you know. I don't know how I didn't take damage then. I'm honestly not complaining, but I just don't really understand. Oh shit. I wish they couldn't shoot straight up like that. Then it'd be so much easier to do that. This is going quite well though. I mean, again, this guy's probably just going to destroy me on his own somehow, but that always happens when I say it's going quite well. Something hits the fan. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe I need to talk more about random primetime cartoon shows. And then I'll do a lot better. I mean, I never really got King of the Hill. Maybe if I went back and rewatched it now, I would enjoy it more. But at the time, when I was like a teenager and watching that shit, I just didn't really understand what the joke was. I guess it's like they're rednecks, point and laugh at them. That seemed to be about the extent of it, you know. It seemed very one note. Maybe it's more clever than I give it credit for, but I don't know. And speaking of giving things credit, South Park, I think that gets entirely too much of it, to be honest. Yeah, okay, it's had its moments, I'm not gonna lie, but people treat it like the second fucking coming of Christ. And I don't know, it's like, oh, they mention social issues occasionally. Well done. So does fucking everything else in 2018. I can't believe that worked. We're at that point again now, aren't we? Oh, that was good. Yes, that's what we want. I can top up the health while these little fuckers squirm around. Oh, I forgot about this one. But we were onto the electric dude already. I wasn't prepared for something actually coming and swinging at me. Oh, for fuck's sake. I am going to die. See? Told you. It's because I stopped the primetime cartoon speak. That was it. Apparently when channeling my hot opinions, I can I'm better at playing the game. Maybe concentrating on it is my biggest failure. I don't know what else can I talk about. I mean, I've got some pretty hot opinions on video games. But if I get started on that, I'll never stop. Also, most of them are pretty much copied verbatim from Jim Sterling, so I don't think anyone needs to hear them, really. What do you do against those little shitties? They're so little and shitty, I don't comprehend. I think things should be banned from flying in this game. I think that would make my life so much easier. Banned from flying, banned from teleporting. If they could, everything could just sort of slither slowly across the floor, attack straightforward, predictably and slowly. Nice big openings for me to wail on them in between. Shields can be banned too. No one likes shields, do they? Seriously. And after all that, I think this game will be much more acclimatized for a mainstream audience, such as myself. A casual gamer doesn't want hardcore competition, right? We don't want things that are going to challenge us. We want a nice 6-hour adventure where we shoot our shooty guns at the bad Nazi men, and everything ends up alright in the end when our big, grizzly, handsome main character kills the bad guy and gets the girl. Ask Activision, ask EA, they know exactly what people want. You can lace it with loot boxes, all the better. God, I love loot boxes. I wouldn't give for more loot boxes in video games. It's just an underrepresented market right now, you know? Ah! You know, I really hope that my channel never does take off, because if it does, and some brain dead executive hears that quote I said a minute ago, I wouldn't want anyone to ever validate what executives at big games publishers think. Like, literally anyone. I'm sure they can't understand sarcasm. I'm sure that's the reason half the decisions in the gaming industry are made, is just because people don't understand sarcasm anymore. Like someone at Ubisoft just heard someone say, you know, oh yeah, that's what we need, another fucking open world with nothing in it. They just took it way too literally, you know. Probably why Konami fired Kojima. Everything all makes sense when you think about things that way. Fucking hell, that took far too long to kill that. What the? we fight here? Preferably without your little bloaty friend. Oh. I mean, I'm aware I jumped straight into that, but I'm still going to blame the game anyway. Nothing is my fault until proven otherwise. Oh, okay, that was pretty glorious. Well done, Joe. Taking failure to new levels since however long I've been playing video games, like 1993 or something. Fucking hell. It's going back a bit, innit? Classic Master System gaming. Playing the bastardized version of Sonic 1. I grew up with the Master System Sonic 1. And I didn't realise the versions were different until, you know, many years later, probably only 5 years ago, something like that. Absolutely blew my mind, just playing what everyone else knew as Sonic 1 and realising it's like a completely different game. It's been like, but this isn't what I know. Might have to go back to my old Master System games at some point. Recently picked up James Pond Robocod for my Master System. An old game a friend of mine used to have, but I never owned it myself, and I saw it in a second-hand game store, and I had to grab it. Like £4 or something. It's worth every penny. Great little platformer. Completely broken and bizarre, but, you know, it wasn't everything back in those days. Not everything had to be tightly honed. It just had to be fun, you know? Are we? Yeah, we're here now. Alright, we've got one of them. Got both of them. Sweet. Alright, we're not going to die to this stupid fucking mini-boss from a year and a half ago. Literally a year and a half. No exaggeration. Not like 3 weeks or whenever it was that I fought this. Hey, heal quickly. Oh, I'll be over here. Oh shit. It's going quite well for a moment. Shit, why did the spikes have to be there? Who decided that was okay? I wouldn't mind fighting these so much if it wasn't for the fact there were spikes. It's almost like that's half of the pre-designed challenge or something. Realised I'm out of juice. First time that's happened in a while. Got some again. Oh. However, I am in fact dumb. Please tell me that's the end. Oh, of course. Of course. How silly of me to not expect this. No, I went for 2 heals then. I can get 1 heal after he jumps. That's it, that's my opening. I need to stop trying to be cheeky with it. At least we're not getting any more of these fuckers spawning. I half expected to fight 2 of these at once when I saw one, to be honest. I should count my blessings that it was only 1 and a mage guy. Only, he says. Oh, fucking hell, Joe. Oh, okay, what the... Well, that's fine. I imagine this is going to get a lot worse, though. Oh! Oh no, these aren't the boss, are they? They were, like, mini versions, that's fine. Even so, a bit mental. Just when you throw another enemy into the mix. There's the boss! Excuse me, video game. Why? Well, look at that! Cover the entire fucking area. What do you do there? You have to stand inside the boss, or oh fuck, what now? What does this mean? Okay. Right, okay, well that could have been a lot worse. I get the feeling it's going to be. This old chestnut again, eh? Fuck's sake, Hollow Knight, what are you doing to me? Please let me land. Oh, what? Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I know I made all those grand pronouncements earlier about not wanting to leave the job half done and all that bollocks. But that trial, it's a little bit silly. I feel like it only exists for people who are like scarily good at the game. You know? I don't know, maybe it is designed for your average Joe, and seems odd to say it, but maybe I'm not your average Joe. Below average Joe, if you will. So you know what? I'm done with it. I'm also apparently done with background music. Seriously, everything's way too quiet. Is it just the pleasure house that's this quiet? Yeah, guess it must be. It's all a bit eerie. Where the no, King Station's back that way, isn't it? Went the wrong way, silly me. So, yeah. It's kind of liberating to just decide, you know what, I'm not going to kill the God Tamer. Yeah, feels kind of nice. Like I'll just go kill the last boss. I mean, I feel like I've honed my skills in the arena a bit. I feel like I'm a lot better at this game than I was before I started attempting that. I feel like I'd put up a pretty good fight, to be honest. I'm sure other people would beg to differ, but yeah. I'm quite proud of my achievements. I can't have been that far from getting to the boss of that. Not that far. And in celebration of that, I'm gonna go complete the game. Thanks for everything, Elder. You gave me some real insight into how comfortable benches are. And probably some other stuff. You bitched about some other characters and things. We had some good times, me and Elder. Temple of the Black Egg. Well. Okay. What else you got? What, you think a bit of blackness and some shiny constellations is going to freak me out? Think that's enough to put me on the back foot? You realise you're trying to intimidate the world's #1 speedrunner in the Robo Pit for the Sega Saturn, right? Some stupid eggs and black shit isn't going to scare me. Vessel, though bound, you should now know the state of the world. Hallownest will be whole again. Completion percentage viewable in inventory. 85? Well, that's pretty close. That's not bad. Then we did most of it blind. I don't think 85 is anything to turn up your nose at. I think that's a pretty good score. So you'll be the boss, would you? I think he watches me. It's all tied up. Shall we let you down? Is this how we do it? Is it the dream nail? Oh, okay. Yeah, this seems to be the way to do it. Go free, my friend. Come on, boyo. Let's tango. The Hollow Knight. Mr. H. Knight. Okay. Okay. Just feeling him out a bit. He's got some pretty good coverage with that charge of his, but I think I'm safe to heal if I'm literally the other end of the world from him. He does give me some healing openings, but it's all a bit weird how it works. His attacks are a bit difficult to read, I guess. Oh, what was that? Made the world implode. Shit, dude. Thanks for the breather. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm just going to be over here healing while he's doing it. I think he's reaching phase 2, to be honest. He's stabbing himself. What are you doing? Is this like Mitsurugi? If he hits me through himself, does he get an insta-kill or something? Oh, okay. He's got a squirty arm cannon. You can also become the living embodiment of bullet hell. You're not looking too well there, Mr. Hollow Knight. You got a bit of the bloaties going on. That one other boss who I never finished off had this going on, didn't he? Broken vessel? Yeah, he roars when he's on downtime. That's a good indication, really. Have I got him? Was that it? Wanna get dream nailed? Oh, or B to focus. I'll finish it. Less fucking around, Joe. Let's get this over with. See how much easier was that than the bloody trial? I guess the trial is optional. Super hard content for super hard people. I guess I'm just not that hard. I'm a bit flaccid, really. It was a cool fight. I enjoyed the fight, but... oh. I'm just taking his place, aren't I? Even the ending's very Dark Souls. Now I'm assuming that was the bad end. I can't remember exactly, but I seem to recall hearing that there's multiple endings for this game, and presumably getting 100% completion, perhaps, gives me the good end. Where something less horrible happens. I don't know. Either way, what I might do at some point is come back to this, because that was, frankly, a really, really good game. Would it have been my number one for 2016? I don't know. Persona 5 was hella good. It would certainly have made the top 5 though. Certainly. Yeah, it checked all of my favourite boxes. It had brilliant atmosphere, lovely art, world design, all that sort of thing. had the whole interconnectedness that Dark Souls 1 had and very few other games managed to get right, including the Dark Souls sequels. It had some hella cool bosses. I mean, that last one, I know I said it was easy, and I got him first try after all. And I think it was easy, but that was only coming off the back of the Trial of the Fool, which was very, very hard, you know. I feel like I don't mean to big myself up or whatever, but I feel like my skills perhaps were a bit more honed, and I had a higher completion rate as well than a lot of people might have coming to that fight under more usual circumstances. So, and it was a cool fight. He had lots of cool mechanics and lots of shit going on, and he wasn't the only one, to be honest. There were some fairly lame fights, like the Traitor Lord was just so anticlimactic, and it's kind of lame that Cloth had to die for that, and that Umu thing that was just, don't think it even hit me, or if it did, it was only through my own stupidity. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect. But it was a hella good experience. It really was. And yeah, I would like to come back to it and try and 100% it. See if I can get the good end. I'll probably wiki it, find out what I did wrong, you know, maybe do another playthrough and show off the bits I missed, or if possible go back into this one, and I don't know how the saving works. I can check that out now, in fact. Oh, it's telling me things. I got 85%. It took me 28 hours, 40 minutes. Not quite speedrun record of the century, is it? Steel Soul mode. No shade, no reviving. Death is permanent. Fucking hell. I saw Steel Soul mode listed as an achievement for beating it. I assumed it was just like New Game Plus, just a harder version. I didn't realise it was one life. There's no way in hell I'd ever do that. I've never been very good at Iron Man modes, even in like turn-based RPGs and things. In something like this, wouldn't stand a chance. Let's see what happens when I load now. Yeah, I think that's just put me back. It's going to take a little while to load because my computer's a bit shit. It'll have just put me back here, yeah, just before the boss. But yeah, as I've tried to say about 3 times, what I'll probably do at some point, although certainly not now, I'm going to take a break for the game for a while, but at some point I'll come back, I'll see what I've missed. I'll probably do like a video, maybe 2, just putting together the extra bits. Maybe some footage of me finally beating the Trial of the Fool. But yeah, we'll leave this for now. I'll look for a new series to do. Maybe finally go back to Dungeon Lords, I don't know. But that's it. That's the end. For now, at least. Which, you know, given my rules, means there's basically one last thing for me to do now. And I'm going to go do that and tack it on the end of this video. So, see you later, people. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you for another one. Bye. Alright, I'm opting to call this Insect, open brackets, Hollow Knight, close brackets, with apologies to Don McLean. Here we go. Hollow Knight, color palette blue and grey. You're the game I should have played sometime last year before I wrote this list. But now the cut you've missed, a ragged bug in ragged clothes, collecting charms and killing foes, for reasons that never were really clear. And now I think I fear playing Metroidvanias. I've developed a mania about bosses in 2D. I did not listen, I was not prepared. And you saw how well I fared. Hollow Knight, platforming hell and hidden shit, fights that nearly made me quit, yet had me coming back to prove I could. This game gives me wood. It's like Dark Souls but in 2D. I swear this shit was made for me and a million other rabbit-ass Souls fans. And now I understand what you tried to do to me, how I suffered with my sanity as the Watcher Knights just teabagged my corpse after dropping trowel. Well, they're not laughing now. Seriously, fuck the Watcher Knights.